Good afternoon, Junior Gold fans. Welcome to this Saturday afternoon contest between Moorhead Junior Gold 16U versus Mahtomedi here from the Hardy Arena next to the Hardy High School. Floods with a 6-3 win last night over Centennial. This afternoon we play Mahtomedi, and then tonight we head south and for the matchup against Cottage Grove this evening. Customary pregame handshake is over with. Chase Olson in net for the Spuds today. Gustafson, Johnson, and Carter Lee in the front forward. Pink and Krebs on the blue line, and we're about ready to get underway here in the Saturday afternoon contest. On Hockey Day, Minnesota 2026. Signal the rep, we're underway and we're ready to roll. Reps throws it up through center ice. Mahtomedi sends it back the other direction. Krebs in his own zone. Banks off the boards up ahead to Carter Lee. Carter Lee feathers it through the Zupa zone. Hops over Gustafson's stick. Now Carter Lee with pressure in the offensive zone for the Spuds. Mahtomedi is a poke checked away by Brody Johnson. They'll have to set up. Krebs steps up, intercepts that exit pass. Carter Lee, centering pass, gets deflected to the corner. Mahtomedi swings it around to the near side. Krebs steals away again. He'll send it down low as he goes for a change. And Mahtomedi able to clear. In the offensive zone, sidestep. Good poke check away by Warzeka. And Lee up to center ice, chips it up ahead. And Caden Larson, fresh off the bench, hustles to it. He feeds it up to Cook. Cook will feather it in on net. And the goaltender will just cover that one up for a whistle. So Warzeka and Larson at the blue line. Tackle, Cluck, and Jack Cook on the forwards. Tackle. Cook picks up the loose puck on the faceoff. Can't control it. Mahtomedi able to clear out center ice. Stolen away by Larson. He'll go back to Warzeka. Warzeka gets the tackle. Skates it all the way to his own zone. Now chips it up ahead. Mahtomedi unable to clear. Now tackle from behind the net. Picked up the loose puck. Try to throw a shot off. That was... Oh, it hooks on the back door for an easy one. Loose puck come to the backside. Jack Cook was there all alone, and number deuce. Jack Cook put the Spuds on the board. 1-0 here. Just a minute 50 into the first period. New forwards in for the Spuds. Stink, Chandler, and Judd. Skank out the face-off, carries it in. Now he spins around. Out the face-off, top of the face-off circle, throws that one. That shot deflects off a stick and up into the netting. And we'll get a whistle on the face-off coming down in the Mahtomedi zone. We're going to call Mahtomedi the Zephyrs. I know that's their high school logo, so we'll just go with that. Sometimes Junior Gold has different logos, but mascots. But until we play that differently. Battle in the neutral zone. Chipped in by Skank. Eli will rush after it. Zephyr sent it up the far boards too far, and all the Brazilians for Klosterman will pick it up. Klosterman ends it up to Chandler. He chips it in. Spuds over there to get it, so the Zephyrs will set up their exit strategy. Comes all to the near side, too far for everybody, and Sarian will pick it up. Sarian, cross ice to Braden Chandler. Chandler will chip it up. Down deep behind the net. Chandler steals it away. Skanking into support. Now Krepsel on the near boards. He chips it in low. Centering pass, shot and scored. Braden Chandler to Eli Skank. And the Spuds lead 2-0. Faced off, dumped into the zone. Exit pass. Krebs unable to hold the blue line, so he'll track it down underneath the zone. Fumbles a little bit, but he gets it over to Pink. Now Pink up the near board. And Johnson hits Krebs on the far side. Now Carter Lee gets up and dumps it in. Brody Johnson in on the hustle. Brody Johnson, good hustle there, gets to it first. Now the Zephyrs clear around to the near side. Back to the far side. Johnson battles him on the board, and the Zephyrs finally control and clear out the center ice. That pass too far, so Krebs will corral it. They'll find Carter Lee on the near side. Carter Lee up ahead to Brody Johnson. Krebs tries to pinch in, but gets loose. Zephyrs in 2-on-1. Nice poke check there by Cullen Pink. Loose puck, shot there. Nice save by Chase Olsen. As the trailer coming down the far slot, gets a shot on net. Chase lost his stick for a moment, but he gets it back. Now Krebs chips it up to the blue line, where Carter Lee will take off with it. Carter Lee up and all alone. The rest of the Spuds are making changes. And the Zephyrs able to control that puck. Clearing attempt. Entered zone. Deflected away by Cullen Pink. Now Cullen Pink controls again. Hands out to Packle. Packle skates in, sidesteps one, centers the pass. That's off the mark to Hodick. It's out of his reach, and the Zephyrs take control and push it outside the neutral zone. That's where they'll find Caden Larson there, who foils their entry attempt. They dump it in quickly. Hodick tries to chip it off the boards, where Zeka steps up to help out. Oops. Hodick tries to block that with his body, but that gets out of the zone. And the Spuds chip it back in. Zephyrs back the other direction. Or Zeka steps up. He chips it up along the board. Hodick battling in the corner. Zephyrs loose at center ice. Now stolen away by Warzeka. Warzeka carries it in. Tackle takes over. Warzeka throws a shot out of net. That hits a skate up front. Oh, Chandler. Chandler out here with Tackle and Cook now. We'll change up the lines. Comes to the near side where Sarian will step up and punch it in. Zephyrs finally do clear out the center ice. Aiden Klosterman with it. Chips it up along the near board. Cook takes a swipe as he falls down. Now Sarian gets it out the center ice, taken away by Braden Chandler. Braden in alone. Shot there, wide of the net. Skank steps up. Skank hands it off to Chandler. Now Skank down below the net. And the Judd. Judd's shot just goes wide. Nice speed there by Skank. Trying to find Monroe. Judd out front. That shot just goes wide of the net. Now into the far corner. Picked up by Klosterman. Klosterman's shot Goes into the corner. Chandler sends it low. Back up to the point to Klosterman. Klosterman shot. Rebound. Shot. Scored. Monroe Judd off the rebound from the Aiden Klosterman shot. Nice hard low shot by Klosterman. The rebound came right off the pad, right out, and Judd was there to pick it up and put it at the top of the net. The Spuds lead 3-0. So 7:49 left here in the first period. Spuds lead 3-0. Face off comes back. Stolen away by Moorhead. Comes out front to Brody Johnson. He centers it. And Carter Lee taps it in for another score. And Mahtomedi unable to get it out of their zone. And Moorhead makes them pay as Brody Johnson feeds Carter Lee in front of the net. Or maybe, no, sorry, that was Walter. That was not Carter Lee. That was Walter Gustafson. Walter on the tail this weekend with a hat trick last night. And he gets one quickly here today as well. Mahtomedi has to face off. And Krebs flips it up and over the glass. Krebs with the face-off, brings it around the far boards, and too far for Brody Johnson. And the Spuds will work on that exit attempt again. Now comes the Pink. Pink brings around the boards to Carter Lee. Carter Lee can't control it, and that's another icing on the Spuds. And coach says, let's get some fresh skaters out there, and we'll try this again. Packle will step in and take this face off. Face off, one back to Larson. Larson chips it along the board. Puck. Puck there to battle with it. Warzeka able to punch it free, and Warzeka's off to the races. He's got Cook 2-on-1. Warzeka to Cook. Shot. Saved by the goaltender for Mahtomedi. Cook was kind of on his offhand there. All the way around to the nearest far side where Zeka picks it up. Zeka tries to feed it over. Spuds chip it in. Mahtomedi sends it back out. Cook hands it off to Packle. Packle gets chipped up against the board. And penalty coming up. High sticking is the call. I believe he was the one that checked Packle into the boards. Seemed kind of light, but 2 minutes for high sticking against Mahtomedi. So 6:25 left here in the first period. Spuds go on the first power play of the afternoon. Here we got the 2 minutes up on the board. We're ready to get this power play underway for the Moorhead. Moorhead wins it back to the point. Nobody there to get it. So Therian has to chase it down. Therian wipes out behind the net. Mahtomedi takes control. They skate through center ice. He wipes out. Everybody forgot to sharpen their skates today. Loose puck comes to the defenseman from Mahtomedi. And he'll turn and send it the length of the ice. Olsen will leave it. Klosterman over skates it for just a second. Now he regathers. His pass goes off the skate, and Sarian will retreat to his own net zone. Sarian up ahead to Judd. Monroe cuts to the face-off circle, cuts to the net, and goes into the corner. Now Chandler goes to the near side to Sarian. Sarian hands it down low to Monroe Judd. Judd back to Sarian. He throws a shot on net, knocks a stick right out of the player's hand. And Mahtomedi able to clear up center ice. Sarian hands it off to Monroe Judd. Judd skates it calmly across the blue line. He stops in the corner. A little too much stick handling. Gets a poke check away. Now Stankin on the for a power play. He hands it off to Krebs. Krebs shot, rebound. Loose and covered up there by the Zephyr goaltender. 27 seconds left in the man advantage for Moorhead. Face off under the Carter Lee. Quick shot there. Rebound loose. Gustafson there to pound on a rebound, but that's covered up. Face off out to Krebs at the point. He hands it down to Carter Lee. Carter Lee tries to hand it down to the low end. Loose puck picked up by the Zephyrs, and they'll send it the distance. Krebs from behind his own net. He'll skate it up through center ice. Krebs, no! Krebs goes 200 feet and go end to end and flex it with a bar down. And Krebs scores number 5 for Moorhead just as the penalty expired. Checking that new stick, Dad, to make sure it's okay. It's got a goal in it, so we're okay with that one. Face off. Warzeka whiffs on that one. Cook battles in the corner. Now Larson steps up. He chips it up ahead. Larson speeds it down in the corner. He tries a centering pass and gets for everybody. Warzeka holds it at the point and dumps it down there. Now Hodek on the forward check. Warzeka sends it down to Hodek. And able to clear is Mahtomedi. Packer will send it to the near side for Larson. Larson goes cross ice for Warzeka. Warzeka up to the near side to Cook. He chips it up ahead. Packer unable to quite get to it. And Moorhead will have to regather themselves. Stolen away by Larson. But penalty coming up against Packer. What did I do? The old what did I do hands gesture. That one's called a high stick as well. So Jameson will go to the box for 2 minutes for a high sticking call. Kind of a mid-ice collision there. And the Zephyrs will go on the power play. Warzeka off the face-off. And he flings that one over the glass. And we'll get another face-off here to the left of Chase Olsen. Judd takes the face-off, gets it to Warzeka. Warzeka banks it off the boards and does get it out to center ice. Clock in on the forecheck. Centering pass, foiled away by Larson, and it calmly rolls on net, so Chase Olsen will cover that up and get a whistle. Judd out the face-off, unable to pick it up. Now Larson hustles to it. Larson fans on it twice. Now Mahtomedi takes it away. Puck gets in the way of that pass. Zephyr send it down low. Larson off the board. Unable to clear, held in by the Zephyrs. Now into the near corner. Comes out to the point, shot on net. Head deflects off a couple of bodies into the corner. And finally picked away by Monroe Judd. Judd finally able to kick it free. Judd on his horse races down for it. He'll get to it. He's in behind the net. Tries to stuff around attempt. And the goaltender will cover that up for a whistle. Good hustle by Monroe Judd. 54 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Mahtomedi. Only 2 officials here today. Kind of odd for junior golds. Usually we have at least 3, sometimes 4. A little bit of both. Brody Johnson will take this face off. He wins it up to the point to Klosterman. Klosterman goes near side to Sarian. Sarian rolls a shot and goes off the side of the iron. Actually, it's Skank out here with Braden Chandler. Now puck comes to Sarian. He throws it back, and that's an offside on Mahtomedi. 33 seconds remaining in the man advantage. 2:06 remaining here in the first period. Moorhead leading 5-0. Skank going to take the face off. Clubs kick it out to center ice. Sarian battles along the boards with his efforts chip it in. So Klosterman able to get it out. And Sarian will send it the rest of the way. Now picked by Zephyrs get their pocket picked by Braden Chandler. He sends it off the boards and down. Continuing on the forecheck of Braden Chandler. Zephyrs send it back behind their net. And Moorhead back to full strength. Sarian pushes it up ahead, gives it to Carter Lee. Lee, centering pass. Oh, Chandler with a nice shot. Pulls off the post. Nice little drop pass there by Carter Lee. Sarian tries to throw a shot on net. That deflects off a stick up into the netting out of play. And we'll get a face-off in the Zephyr zone with 1:11 remaining here in the first period. Face-off, Brody Johnson. That errant pass gets picked off. Zephyrs working up through the Moorhead zone. Creps there to foil that way. Now turnover in front of the net. Club's able to get good sticks in the passing lanes and able to chip it out. And Brody Johnson will carry it out across the blue line. They'll get it up ahead to Gustafson. Gustafson unable to corral it. Creps will pick it up. They'll dump it in on net. Zephyr defenseman loses him. Handle on it for a moment. Creps banks it in down low. Now over to the far side where Brody Johnson picks it up. Rolls out to Cullen Pink at the point. He hands it up to Brody. Brody throws a shot. Plaid save. Rebound. Creps. Stop. Shot. That hits somebody up front of the net. 20 seconds remaining here in the first period. Carter Lee down low. Centering pass. Shot by Walter. Just gets saved to the corner. Now Walter throws a centering pass. Now he picks up the loose puck. He tried to leave it at the point for Krebs, but Krebs had vacated that spot. But we'll chip it out center ice. And that's the end of period number 1. So after one complete period of play, Moorhead leads Mahtomedi 5-0. We'll get a quick intermission here and be right back with period number 2. So we're done with the first intermission. We're going to get back for period number 2 with Spud's lead 5-0 here against Mahtomedi. Tackle wins it off the face-off, carries it in, tries to split the knee, gets the poke checked away. Zephyrs flip it out to center ice where Larson will corral it. Larson hands it off towards Zeku, who banks out the boards up to Cook. Cook tries to get it to Packle, but passes in his skate. Now Larson. Oh, ouch. Zephyrs send it down on a slap shot. Official none too happy is about whistled right by his ear. He gave the defenseman a little hint of advice next time. So Walter Gustafson will step in to take this face off. Zephyrs along the board. Moorhead holds. Gustafson works down low, and he gets it caught up on the side of the net. Oh! And number 12 for Mahtomedi has just been tossed. The ref didn't think too kindly of that little big shot that he was going to take. And no tolerance rule. And he gets booted. So I don't know if this will amount to a power play or not for Moorhead, because it was after the play, so it does not have to constitute as a minor penalty. We'll see here. Mahtomedi, so yeah, they do put 2 up there, even though nobody's in the box. I'm pretty sure you got to have somebody serve it. So Moorhead's on the power play. Cody Johnson, he handles with it, now taken away. Cardellini now sends it low. And Cullen Fink will gather things together back in the neutral zone. Brody, it's up to the point. Gustafson leads it to Pink. Pink throws it far side. Cardellini will glove that down. Now he's looking for Johnson on the backside. That pass gets deflected. Now Krebs throws a shot on net. Rebound comes to the corner to Cardellini. Cardellini, he tries a roof one, but that's the roof of the building, not the net. So 13:45 left here in the second period. Moorhead on the power play for another minute 20. As I didn't actually see what they gave him for a call, but Mahtomedi player was ejected from the game. It's a rather harmless act, but I guess they think the intent was more the case. Quick shot there by Judd, saved. Now it's loose behind the net. Skank, circles, shot, Judd, scores. Monroe Judd on the back door picks up a rebound, and he puts another one on the back of the net, and that's 2 today for Monroe Judd. And it's a 6-0 lead for Moorhead. Mahtomedi back to full strength. Full steam, 5 aside. Mahtomedi's up ice pass, but taken away by Skink, and Skink messed around to the blue line too long, and Judd was offside. He tried to hold, but a little too much juking and jiving at the blue line. And the Spuds are offside. So Packle, Cluck, and Cook will come out. Cluck dumps it in. Spuds touch up, get onside. Zephyrs up through center ice. Stick handle right through the referee's leg. Where Zeka punches it free. Now Cluck, or excuse me, Packle. Supported by Cluck. Now Packle up ahead. Tries to split the D. Poke checked away. Cluck picks up. Oh! Soren Cluck picks up the loose one and hits off the goalie's blocker and up into the top of the net for a score.
With a broken leg, I'm just going to get in a couple of shifts this weekend. My dad's on your fault.
Larson back in his own zone. He gets it up ahead to Packle. Packle bearing through center ice, and Moorhead's offside. Zephyrs pick up the face-off. They dump it out to the blue line for Moorhead. But Larson picks it up. Larson goes cross ice for Warzeka. Warzeka up ahead to Cook. Cook deflects it up ahead to Paco. And the Zephyrs take it away and regain possession. Cluck dumps it in. Not very far. Now it's gloved down by Cook. And Cook's going to get a penalty. Is the old proverbial stick in the skates, causes a tripping. And Cook will get 2 minutes with Mr. Clark in the box. So 12:15 left here in the second period. And Mahtomedi goes on the power play. Mahtomedi sets it up at the point. Shot there. Saved by Chase. Now it's loose on the far corner, and Carter-Lee picks it up and sends it the distance. Mahtomedi goaltender tries to bank it off. Oh, Brody Johnson just about caught the rebound on the backside of the net. Now Mahtomedi up ahead. Number 19, he wipes out. And they're calling a tripping call on Cullen Pink. Wow. That was phantom. That was a phantom call. Number 19 went hard to the corner and he just lost his head. And little phantom tripping call against the Spuds. So, minute 31 now, Mahtomedi goes on a 5-on-3 power play. Judd in to take the face off. Still loose. Quick shot there. That gets deflected off a stick up into the netting out of play. Judd wins the face off to the point. Now Klosterman rings it around to the near side. Klosterman, Judd, and Warzeka out here. Judd blocks that shot from the point. Another shot. Another block by Monroe Judd. He's counting saves. Quick shot there. Goes past the net into the corner. Now the Zephyrs set it up. Another shot. And that one squeaks in. As Chase went to cover it up with the glove, Mahtomedi stick gets on the puck and they sneak it through. And it's a 7-1 lead for Moorhead. So sneaky one there gets through the wickets of Mr. Olson, and Mahtomedi finally gets on the board with a 5-on-3 power play. Now it'll be a 5-on-4 one-man advantage for Mahtomedi. Packle off the face-off, carries it up ahead. Mahtomedi sends it back out to center ice. Creps back at his own blue line. Leaves it for Packle. Bockel up through center ice. In all alone. All the way around to the near side. Now he leaves with the Krebs at the point. Krebs throws one in on net. And the goaltender will glove that and hang on to it for a whistle. Mahtomedi wins the face-off. They punch it out to center ice. Larson gets to it first. He chips it up ahead. Now Packer will take it through center ice. He'll stop. Throws it wide of the net from the red line. Lee tries to glove that down, but it sneaks past him, and Larson will pick it up. Larson hands it off to Krebs. Krebs flings it up ahead. Now intercepted by Carter Lee. Carter Lee takes it away. Carter Lee sidesteps the player. Now skates in tight. Shot. Oh, tried a little fancy between the legs. That shot goes wide. Steps up at the blue line. Punches it free. Mahtomedi has got to get onside. 8 seconds remaining here in the 5-on-4 man advantage for Mahtomedi. Now this puck comes up and Carter Lee chips it on the center ice and Moorhead back to full strength. Puck sends it the distance, and that's an icing as he was short of the red line. So faceoff will come all the way down to the left of Chase Olsen with 9:40 remaining here in the second period. Faceoff loose. Larson kicks it to the near side. Warzeka works it up along the board. Now Puck punches it free. Zephyrs hold to the blue line and they dump it back deep. Centering pass intercepted by Warzeka. Warzeka chips up the boards to Cluck, but he's unable to get to it. Now Warzeka will gain control and skate it up ahead. Warzeka goes wide to the right. Shot there, rebound. Comes to the near side, picked up by the defenseman for Mahtomedi. Hodick holds at the blue line, but unable to keep the puck in. Now he'll spin around in neutral zone. He battles one of the near boards for Puck pokes it free. Cross ice pass off the mark. Caden Larson will chase it down. Caden from behind his own net. Gets it up ahead to Hodick, who feeds it up the clock. Actually, excuse me, that's Cook. Cook the clock. Now Mahtomedi rings it around to the near side. And they'll dump it to length. And that one will go all the way for an icing against Mahtomedi. With 8:27 remaining here in the second period. Moorhead leads 7-1. Skank wins it back to Judd. Judd loses his aid. Skank, Chandler. Chandler's shot goes off the stick, up into the glass. Now up to the point, held in by Klosterman. Klosterman steps up, his shot, rebound loose. And Zephyr is able to clear out the center ice. Jack Sarian will go back and pick it up in his own zone. He gets it up ahead to Chandler and hops off his stick. Skank with a deflection on that pass. Now Klosterman at the blue line. He gets a poke checked away. And Skank quickly pops it over to Sarian. Sarian whips on it. Mahtomedi in. Oh, off the crossbar, up into the netting. Oh, turnover there in the Moorhead's own zone leads to a quick shot. Walter off the face-off. Lead pass up ahead to Carter Lee. Carter Lee, quick shot there. That one goes high into the glass. Pink tries to pinch it in a hole, but Mahtomedi clicks it free. It's 3-on-1 the other direction. Pink kind of fluffed the way back. Nice poke check there, away by Krebs. Now Brody Johnson supports. He tries to carry it up front. Loses it right in front of the net. Now Mahtomedi rings it around to the near side up to the point. They lose control of it, and Walters up ahead on a breakaway. Gustafson up ahead all alone. Shot. Oh, what a big save there by the goaltender from Mahtomedi. Brody Johnson picks up the loose puck. Now he feeds it up to Pink at the point. Pink shot, blocker save. Brody Johnson shot, save, rebound loose. Back out to Pink, and we got a whistle as the net gets knocked off. As the Spuds report on the heat. And number 32 for Mahtomedi said no go. Packle chases it down below the goal line. Podek spins it back low to Packle. Now Packle behind the net. Taken away by Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi gets it out. They continue to give chase. Poked back up ahead by Warzeka. Centering pass. It goes rolling right through everybody into the far side. Cook now works his... Cook and Warzeka work along the boards. Trying to poke it free. Cook. Now kicks it to the near side. Larson leaves the defender in the trail of dust and lead pass up to Packle. Packle falls over the blue line. He's looking for a call, but not going to get one. And Mahtomedi back up through center ice. Now it's loose. Cook punches it free. Cook up ahead. He's got Packle. He's got a 2-on-1 opportunity. Cook goes wide. And Cook gets ridden down. And finally touched up by Mahtomedi. And we'll get a Moorhead power play. And we're going to get matching penalties as Packle gets teed up. Don't know why you got to get teed up when you're already getting a power play, but Moorhead loses their power play opportunity because of it. Judd goes up the top. It's past Sarian. He now will chip it down low. Judd will hustle to it in the near corner. Now Skank with it. He'll circle to the top. He's looking for Sarian to cut down the face-off circle. Now it comes to the point. Klosterman. Klosterman rifles one. That goes off a stick into the corner. Braden Chandler on with it. Braden in the corner. Centering pass rolls through everyone. And Mahtomedi will send that the distance for an icing. So still 5-on-5 hockey here as ended up with matching minors off of the last penalty. 7-1 Moorhead, 5:04 remaining here in the second period. Comes out to the point to Klosterman. Klosterman, cross ice to Sarian. Sarian throws it on net, gets stick to the third boards. Now he'll feed it down to Judd below the net. Judd tries to centering pass that goes off the back of the net. Now Judd finds Chandler in the slot. Chandler tries a backhand one to Skank. Now Judd hands one to Skank. Skank working down low. Feeds it to Judd. Judd, quick shot there, wide of the net. Chandler picks up the rebound. Chandler now leaves it for Sarian at the point. Sarian tries to get low to Skank, but that's picked off, and Mahtomedi clears out to center ice. Mahtomedi up ahead. Works it in down low. They put it to the point. That shot gets thrown in wide of the net, and the Spuds control as Osterman has it down low. Mahtomedi steals it away. Centering pass out front. That hits a skate. Now to the near side. Monroe Judd will pick up the puck and carry it out. Judd up ahead to Chandler. Chandler tries to cut to the middle. Picked up by Judd. Judd's shot goes off a stick up into the netting. And a whistle. Face-off coming in the Mahtomedi zone. 3:50 left here in the second period. Quick shot there off of the Cutter Lee backhand, gloved by the Mahtomedi goaltender. Brody Johnson along the boards. He rings around to the far side. Oh, centering pass got right through everybody. Cullen Pink will hold it in at the blue line. Brody Johnson working in the corner. He leaves it up for Walter. Walter. Oh, he's looking for a backhanded centering pass to Carter Lee. And a shot from Krebs at the blue line. Gloved and hung on to. Face-off controlled by Mahtomedi. They're ringing around to the near boards. Pink can't quite hang on to it. He'll have to come back with his D partner Krebs to get things set up. Zephyrs dumping in. Now they circle around, looking for a centering pass, and Krebs intercepts that and gets it up ahead to Carter Lee. Carter Lee unable to hang on to it. Zephyrs turn it back the other direction, 3-on-1. Pink takes the pass away. Oh, what a save by Chase Olsen. Now Carter Lee leads the rush back the other direction. His pass is off the mark and gets intercepted. Walter picks up the loose puck. Tries to hand it to Brody, and he does. Now Walter with it. And the Zephyrs control and clear up the center ice. Krebs steps up to poke check that one away. And penalty coming up against Mahtomedi. So the matching minors for Mahtomedi are over with. Oh, no. Carter Lee goes to the box for Moorhead. See a lot of hand signals. That was out of the camera angle. This is not a real wide angle lens. So Carter Lee gets a penalty way back behind the play. Nobody in the stands even knows what happens, because nobody was watching that part of the ice. Carter Lee gets a 4 minute, so he gets a double minor. I seen a one high sticking as one of the signals. Mahtomedi sends it in deep. Now into the corner. And Spud's able to clear it out to center ice. Mahtomedi spins it back in. Caden Larson picks up the loose puck. He rings it around to the far side for Warzeka. And Warzeka gets it back up to center ice. Dumped in by Mahtomedi. Larson will pick it up. Larson tries to clear it, but throws it off his own D partner. Well, Warzeka will chip it up along the boards, and Cluck able to chip it out center ice. Cluck up ahead. Leaves a centering pass for Hodick. Hodick, backhander on net, and that's held on to. Unfortunately, Hodick's a left-hander. Pass would have been a lot better off if he was a righty. 1:34 left here in the second period. Again, double minor to Carter Lee, so another 3:08 remaining in one-man advantage for Mahtomedi. Mahtomedi controls the face-off. They clear it up, get it up to center ice. Monroe Judd with a big check. Stands with the proverbial hands up, saying, "I didn't do anything." Judd poke checks that away. Cook can't quite clear the zone. Now Sarian battles for it, and Sarian gets it up and clears it the length of the ice. Jack Cook will hustle to it. He might get to it first. Mahtomedi does get to it. 1 minute remaining here in the period. Mahtomedi up the ice. Sarian pokes it free below the net. Judd into the near corner. Now Judd battles with Klossman. Klossman and Sarian battle to get the loose puck. Zephyrs set up a power play at the point. They throw a centering pass. It goes off one stick, and Cook's there to clear it. 20 seconds remaining here in the management in this period. Judd behind the net, centering pass. Braden Chandler with a prime opportunity off the bench, shorthanded, as he got a great feed from Monroe Judd. And that there pink could not hold, so that's an offside on Moored here, right here in front of us. 7 seconds remaining. Krebs will take this face off. Krebs wins it, chips it in. Mahtomedi sends it back out to center ice. And that's the end of period number 2. So, after 2 complete periods of play, Moorhead leads Mahtomedi 7-1. So we'll take a mute here for about 10 minutes as we get a Zamboni break, and we come back with the 3rd and final period here from the Harding Hockey Arena. So here we are back for period number 3. Spuds lead 7-1. Spuds will start the third period with one man short as Carter Lee is still serving his 4 minutes. So we got a minute 34 man advantage for Mahtomedi. Spuds will send out 5 skaters, so we'll got to figure out who's got to leave. Somebody's got to leave. Skank and Braden Chandler, along with Pink and Krebs, here to start this third period. We've got a delay here, waiting for something. Thought we were ready to get underway. All right, it looks like I think we were waiting for another box worker to run the clock or the scoreboard or the penalties. And we're ready to get underway here in the third period. Eli in to take the face off. He wins it back to Krebs. Krebs flips it up to the other end of the zone. And Mahtomedi will work on their magic up to the neutral zone. That pass too far goes all the way to Krebs. Krebs sends it back ahead the other way. All the way down the ice. Mahtomedi rings it around to the board from the far side. Now they'll dump it in. It goes right to Pink. Pink banks it off the glass and out. And Eli Skink tried to chip up the boards to himself. Mahtomedi cleared. Pink stands on it for just a second. Now Pink gets it up to Krebs. Krebs tried to lead Chandler up ahead. Zephyrs intercept that, and they turn around and dump it back into the other zone. Pink on to the near side. Zephyrs at the point. Shot there. Blocker saved by Olsen. Krebs chips it off the glass. Chandler unable to get it out. And the Zephyrs dump it deep again. Pink now hands it off to Krebs. Krebs tries to get it off the glass. Stolen away by Mahtomedi. And finally, Cullen Pink steps up and takes it away. Pink skates it out to center ice. Up to the blue line. He'll dump it in. 10 seconds remaining here in the man advantage for Mahtomedi. Moorhead makes changes. Up ahead to Mahtomedi, in across the blue line, and stolen away by Brody Johnson, who leads puck up ahead. Moorhead back to full strength. That puck almost picked off by Gustafson, and Moorhead's offside is Brody Johnson just a little ahead of everybody across the blue line. So Gustafson out here with Cook and Brody Johnson. Different little lineup here in the third period. Mahtomedi up across center ice. They dump it in just behind the net. Centering pass. Olsen holds the post. Now Warzeka chips along the board. Centering pass intercepted, and Gustafson leads the pass up the clock. Out of his reach. Now Mahtomedi at center ice. Cluck plays the wood at the red line. And whoops, Mahtomedi sends it the distance. And Warzeka will get things going again. Cluck chips it in as he goes to the bench for a change. 12 minutes remaining here in the third period. Makes a pass, intercepted by Cook. He throws it on net. Gloved and hung on to by the Mahtomedi goaltender for a whistle. Running clock going here in the third as Moorhead leads by 6. Hodick at the sideboard. He dumps it down low to Packle. Packle spins around. Hodick and Packle out here with Jack Cook. Mahtomedi up ahead. 2-on-1. Quick shot there. Glove save by Chase Olsen. And Klosterman leaves it to Packle. Packle gets it chipped away. Carried, unable to clear. And Klosterman will retrieve it in his own zone. He whiffs on his pass. Quick turnaround there by Mahtomedi. And Chase there to make the save and covered up for a whistle. Get the net reset here for Mr. Olsen. Chase is ready. Packle wins the faceoff. Pink with it. Rings it around the near side all the way to Cook. Cook gets it tied up in his feet. Now he exits it clear. Mahtomedi picks off that pass and they dump it in deep. Pink hustles to it. Gets it up along the board to Krebs. And finally punch free. Packle leads the rush. 2-on-1. Shot there. Misses the net. Hodick tried to center it to Cook. That got intercepted. Now Hodick and Cook work along the corner. Zephyrs work up along the boards and clear out the center ice. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Zephyrs. Good hustle back there by Hodick on the back check. He gets a stick on that shot attempt. Now Pink pushes up along the boards and out to center ice. Hodick sends it back to Krebs. That was off the mark, so Krebs will spin around. Creates a little room, finds Pink. Pink to Krebs in the middle. Krebs up along the near boards. Cuts to the middle of the ice. He gets tripped up. Tries to center it to Packle, but that's picked up by Mahtomedi. And we've got a penalty upcoming against Mahtomedi. with under 8:45 remaining here in the third. Cups gets chipped up, tripped up. Mahtomedi goes to the box, and Moorhead goes on the power play. Skank, Chandler, and Judd. Sarian and Klosterman. Skank wins it over to Judd. Judd spins around. Cuts down low. In behind the net. Centering pass. Nobody there but Mahtomedi White. And they'll send it the distance. Or Moorhead will have to go back and touch up. Chase leaves it for Sarian. Sarian loses it. And the referee skates. Now Moorhead will get set up. Klosterman. He loses it at center ice. Recovers. Now he hands it down low to Eli Skank. Eli. All the way around to the near board. Far board. Now he stops. Skates to the middle. Gets the poke checked away. And Mahtomedi clears. Chase leaves it for Sarian. Sarian loses it. Quick shot there, and Chase Olsen has to be alive and alert to fuck that one away. Judd up ahead. Rambling like a bowling ball against the boards. Skank from behind the net. Centering pass. Oh, Warzeka cutting down the middle. Nice speed there by Skank. Now Warzeka works on the boards with Braden Chandler. Chandler skates it up top. All around to the near side face-off circle. Fans on the pass. Recovers it. Lap number 2 started. Now he hands it off to Warzeka. Now down low to Judd. Judd in behind the net. Tries to wrap around. Skank there for the loose puck rebound. That shot goes wide. Now Skank cuts to the top of the circle. His pass off the mark for Judd. Olsen gives the 3-tick tap. Ugh. And Mahtomedi is back to full strength. Chandler leads it for Judd. Judd hands up to Skank. Skank up to the top. Finds Judd on the backside. That was on his backhand. Now Klosterman at the along the boards, holds it in, and Judd sends it to the far side. Warzeka steps up. Warzeka down low. Hands it off to Skank. Skank spins around, tries to find the centering pass. That gets deflected. And Klosterman will have to go down and pick that up. 6 minutes remaining. Klosterman to the near side to Braden Chandler. Braden will skate it all the way back down to his own net before he spins around and comes up through ice. Turns it over at the blue line. This puck picked up by Klosterman. Now Brody Johnson on the ice. Brody centering pass gets deflected. Now right on the doorstep. That pass gets through the player. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the third. And Klosterman will pick up the loose puck and punch it out to center ice. Klosterman across the blue line. Shot there, wide of the net. Brody Johnson battles for it in the corner. Along with, is that, well, I believe that's Walter. Yep, Walter. Walter goes cross ice. Slap shot there by Warzeka. Bad save into the corner. And Mahtomedi will send that the distance for an icing if they wanted to get a change. 4:45 left here in the third. Still a 7-1 lead for Moorhead. Left to sit and take the face-off. Wins it to Brody Johnson. Brody up to Pink. Pink. Now to the near boards to Krebs. Krebs back cross ice to Brody Johnson. Picked up by Walter. Walter skates it right up the middle. Hands it off to Brody Johnson. His shot just goes wide. Krebs unable to hold as he was pinching in along the boards. Plucks. Gets it over to Brody. Johnson up along the left wing. Stops. Just brushed off the puck. Now he'll send it deep to Cluck. Cluck in behind the net. Stolen away by Mahtomedi. Up along the near boards and out to center ice. They cut through the neutral zone. That puck taken away by Cluck. He finds Walter up the middle. Club's unable to hold, and finally comes through. Mahtomedi come back one-on-one. Shot there. Glove saved by Chase Olsen. 3:25 remaining here in the third period. Think fan on that pass that didn't quite get to Walter. Mahtomedi dumps it back in, and that's an icing on Mahtomedi. Face off coming down to the Mahtomedi zone.
Yeah. It's like, what happened?
Tackle to take the face off as we're under 2 minutes and counting down. Mahtomedi carries it out to center ice. There you go, cross ice pass there. Loose puck, shot there, glove saved by Olsen. Chipped up along the board to Cook. Cook feeds it up to Packle. Packle up through center ice. Packle in the zone, and Moorhead's offside. Moorhead wins it forward. Cook picks up the loose puck. He gets brushed off the puck. Mahtomedi banks it off the board. And that one's going to go for icing as well. 2 minutes counting down, and the faceoff will come back to the Mahtomedi zone. Minute 40 remaining here in the third. 7-1 lead by Moorhead. Tackle wins it forward down below the goal line. Now it comes out to Cook. Quick shot there by Cook. And a save by the Mahtomedi goaltender. Cook and Hodek out front, banging away at the rebound. Minute 15 and counting down. Yank will take the face off. We're down to 1 minute to play. Klosterman throws it in wide of the net. Brings it around near side to Warzeka. He throws one on net. Bad save there by the goaltender. Big check down low. Chandler steps up. Backhander. Now Chandler up to the point to Warzeka. Warzeka's shot. Save. Rebound. Comes loose. And Mahtomedi clears. And that one will go the distance for an icing. "17 seconds and counting down. As the Spuds will, and the refs are just going to hang on to the puck. Wise move. No reason to drop this puck. 7-1 win for Moorhead. And Spuds congratulate their goaltender as the Spuds defeat Mahtomedi 7-1 here from Harding Ice Arena. Thanks for everybody for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. Join us tonight for an 8 o'clock matchup as Moorhead will face Cottage Grove. So from the Harding Ice Arena, we'll see you this evening at the rink.